Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share my layout for the Scrap5 challenge for November. And you can see there on the screen I have the items we're going to be using today, which would include Thankful Sentiment, puffy stickers, labels, pocket cards, or 3x4 scraps, and some twine. So I pulled out just a few items there to get me started. And I'm going to document that photo you see there of my grandson. And he's just sitting on the stairs waiting for the school bus. And this was taken in 2019. Now, the first thing I'm going to do would be to choose a background paper base. And I decided to go with some cardstock. And this would be from the American Crafts Textured Cardstock Pack, the Neutrals Pack. And this pack goes really well with a lot of the fall collections. Now, the items I'll be using today, I will go ahead and list them all down in my description box if you want to check it out. And most of what I use would be from the Cozy Days collection from Simple Stories, I believe. Now here we have a 6x6 piece of paper, pattern paper from that collection. And this is actually from my SCT sampler kit from October, which I did not get to use a lot of at all. So I'm just cutting around those cute little animals just to make sure I don't cut into those. And then I'll trim it up really nice and neat. And I get some 6x1¼ inch strips. And you can see I do have to join it in the center there, but the pattern is really busy, so you don't even notice where it's joined in the center. Now I pulled out these border strips. These are burlap border strips. And I'm going to add one to each side of that pattern paper. Now, I'm not really huge on animals, adding animals and little critters to my layouts, but I think this worked really well with this layout, and I think they were just so cute. And because it's my grandson that I'm documenting, I think it was playful and fun to use that pattern paper there. So there I'm just adding some ATG adhesive behind my border strip and adding it to my cardstock. And this one had some little circle punch outs, so I'm just removing those. And this was actually after I added the adhesive. I noticed there were little circles there. So I'm removing those now, and then I'll add that in. Now, once I'm done adding in my border to the right side there, I decided to add a few layers behind my photo. So I pulled out, I think it was 2 different 6x6 pattern papers, again from the SCT sampler kit and also from the Cozy Days collection. And here you can see I added a very thin border around my photo. Then I'm going to back it with some black cardstock, and that pulled in a little bit of that black that you see in my grandson's shirt that he's wearing. And it also helped my photo remain, the focal point and pop a little bit more off my page, because this page is going to be very colorful. Although the colors are not really bold, it is going to be colorful and a lot of patterns as well. So here we have that second pattern paper that I'm using, and that is also from the SCT sampler kit, and it's orange. I think this might be from a Lawn Fawn collection, but I'm not quite sure. Now we're going to be using pocket cards, 3x4 pocket cards, or 3x4 scraps. And I think I might have cheated a little bit, but I pulled out some pocket cards. Here you can see I'm tucking it in under my photo there. And I also have the second one that went really nicely with the colors I'm using. And I did try to fit that black and white one in there, but it did not work at all. It was just a bit too bold. Now, the other 2 pocket cards, I did use them, but I just used part of them. So hopefully that's okay. I did use the cards, but just part of them. And actually, the one that's on the top of the photo right now, I actually do not use that in the end. I will go ahead and create a cluster to the top left corner where I added that in, and eventually it just disappears from the page. But the one with the floral strip, that will remain. So technically that is the pocket card scrap 3x4 card that I use. I just use the border, but enough about the pocket card. I am gonna go ahead and create a little strip down below my photo. Now you can see my photo is really close to that border on the right side, but I wanted to add in some tags and it just was not balancing out really well how I wanted it to look. So eventually I do move my photo over a little bit closer to the left side of the layout. And there you can see I'm trying really hard to add a full size 3x4 pocket card there, but it just does not work. And I had this pack on my desk for a while. I did not want to get up and go upstairs where all the other cards were, so I try to make this work. And these are actually from a Felicity Jane collection that I had on my desk. So here we have this really cute tag, and this is from a cut apart sheet from the Cozy Days collection, and it says, "I am nuts about you." And here I'm going to use my twine. So I added in some gold and white twine to that tag. And this is where I'm going to move everything over towards the left side. And I'm just cutting out a banner out of those pattern papers there before adding it in. So I'm going to pull this strip closer to that border on the right, and that way I push my photo closer to the left side. Now you can see I still have that little tag on the top of the photo. I use my ruler there just to make sure it's nice and straight, my T-square ruler. And here's where I'm gonna go ahead and shift over these two strips and create a really large cluster there below my photo on the right side. Now I hope you guys have been following along with us for the Scrap5 challenge. I hope you guys are enjoying this series that we do every month. We post our videos on the second Saturday of each month, and every month there are different ladies that join in. Everyone is not able to join in every single month consistently, and some of them do, but everyone that's participating each month will be listed down below in our description box. So you can check out everyone else that's listed down below. Go on over. Be sure to subscribe to their channel, so once they upload these videos, you'll know that they participated and you can check out their layout for that month. And we would love for you guys to join us as well. Now, if you do join us, be sure to use hashtag scrapfive on Instagram, and we'll be able to take a look at your layouts. So another item we're using here would be a thankful sentiment. And on one of those tags, it says thankful for use. So I was able to fit that in there. And now I'm adding in my title, which says love this smile. And I noticed when I added it in that I only had one dot for this word smile, and I needed one for the word this. So I decided to go ahead and use some, I think this would be pearl, what's the name of it? Not perfect pearl. They're pearl drops. I cannot remember the exact name right now, but it's in the color brass, and I'll add it down below in the description box. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just cannot remember the exact name. But anyway, I used that to create those little dots, and it did smear just a little bit, but I was able to go ahead and remove just the top layer of the cardstock, so it's not looking terrible in the end. And I did that once it was dry. So next up, I am gonna go ahead and let's see, I'm adding in my puffy stickers, and you can see where that little label made its way up to the top left cluster there. So I'm adding in some puffy stickers here. These are from Pink First Studios. I've had these forever, a really long time. I'm just adding some orange ones and some gray. And I added those, I think just those two clusters right below my photo on the right and to the top left. And the cluster on the top left will change in just a little bit. So here I'm adding in my label, and I decided to go ahead and cut it in half. I'm going to tuck a piece of it in right above that little banner that's right next to my photo on the bottom. And the second half of it, I'm adding it to the top left of my page. And this is where my cluster top on the top will change just a little bit. Actually, right now I'm tucking that little word phrase back in. It says today, but it got a little messy with some of that the liquid pearls. That's what it's called, liquid pearls. And it got a little bit messy, and I just was not liking how it was looking afterwards. So here I'm gonna add this little acorn in and then I'm gonna readjust all of those hearts. Those are also from the Cozy Days collection. In the sampler kit, we got a few pieces of ephemera, and that was included in there. So I'm really loving how this is looking right now. It looks a little bit plain to me. I am not used to having a layout without a border all the way around, but I really wanted to do something different. I did not want to go ahead and add another mat behind my layout. I wanted just to leave it as it was here, although it felt really different. And this is where I just made those dots a little tiny bit bigger, and I also cleaned it up as much as I can. So here I'm adding in some puffy. I added in a puffy word phrase to the bottom of that cluster on the right. It says everyday snapshots, and here I'm adding in some word phrases from a Cocoa Daisy ephemera pack. And the one to the top says this moment recorded. And I also added one to that bottom cluster as well that says captured. So there I just added in, this was Jaden in 2019. There's not much to journal about it. It was just basically a random everyday photo. And I pulled out that gold sticker pack again and added in some leaves just to pull in a little bit more gold, because I only had those gold puffy stickers for the title. So here I'm just pulling it all together by adding in some of those leaves in that puffy gold as well. And I also pull in some puffy hearts from that sticker sheet also. So then I'm just arranging it together with the other puffy hearts I added earlier. Now to finish everything off, I told you guys it felt really weird at this point that I did not have a border around it or had anything messy looking on my layout. So this finished it off for me. I added in some gold splatters just in a diagonal line across my layout. I did not add it all over. And here you have some still shots. I hope you guys enjoyed the process today. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up before you leave. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well. And also don't forget, check out everyone else's layout today using these same 5 items. So I want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye.